We passing time, it's passing fast. It's lasting long cause our passion lasts. The test of time, it presses back. We staying strong, we never crack. America's favorite pastime. Remember the last time that you and I just grabbed some mics, related while we passed rhymes, back and forth in the cypher late at night. Those were my favorite times. It made my night so many times, exchanging lines and digging deep into our minds. It was the philosophy of life that
Yo, what's up, YouTube? Back at you with another video on today. This is Clutch Sports Entertainment. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Click that bell so that you'll be notified whenever we put up an upload. And without further ado, we're going to get right into it. But before you click that button and before you hit the word all, make sure you like the video so we can get the video out there. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. There's been so many people that's been watching the videos, but nobody's been subscribing to the channel. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Let's get this channel up to... if you love Houston content, we're going to be coming with Houston content. Let's get this channel up to 100 subscribers. And also make sure you guys stay tuned because we're going to continue to talk about ways that the Houston Texans can be that team in 2024. Now, we definitely know that the Houston Texans pretty much have had the best offseason out of a lot of teams. But it's not just good for the Houston Texans to have an offseason that's good, because they're going to have to go into the regular season and win football games. And we all know that. You know, you can have the best team on paper. You can have all the big names you want. But at the end of the day, you got to go out there and win football games on Sunday and on Thursday and on Monday night, or whenever they have a game, Friday, Saturday, whenever. Whenever you are to play a football game, you need to go out there and try to be competitive and win. And I definitely want to thank Nick, the GM, for going out there and building his roster the way he's building it. Going out there and getting one of the best pass rushers in Danielle Hunter. Going out there and getting a veteran running back in Joe Mixon. Now, he probably could have went out to Saquon Barkley, but they probably didn't want to pay the type of money that Barkley's going to make. But definitely, man, shout out to him for being able to get a veteran running back like Joe Mixon, because Joe has been very productive in his career with the Cincinnati Bengals. And I did not think that Joe would go to another team. I thought that he would retire as a Cincinnati Bengal. So did I think the same thing about Saquon Barkley. But things change. Time has changed. And now time has really, really changed, because today the Houston Texans make one of the biggest trades that can propel their team to fight against the Giants in the AFC, the Kansas City Chiefs, and also the Baltimore Ravens. That's what they did. They made their team better. But it's not just going out there and getting the big names that's going to make you better. You have to go out there and perform on Sundays. That's going to be the biggest thing with this Houston team. It's not the fact that you went over and got Stefon Diggs and you got Nico Collins, who had 1,000 yards last year, and you got Tank Dell, who was on his way to 1,000 yards last year. He had 700 yards. And then you're bringing in one of the most prolific wide receivers in the game, who rarely gets injured, who is always out on the football field, and Stefon Diggs, one of the best receivers in the game they traded for. This team is going to be scary next season. If this thing comes together and that offensive line is playing lights out, CJ Stroud could walk away with the MVP. I've already made a video, even before, this is crazy, guys, because even before Stefon Diggs got traded over today to the Houston Texans, I made a video on CJ Stroud possibly winning the MVP in year 2. I think so highly of this Texans team that I think that these guys can do it. If everybody gels, everybody buys in from day one, and you don't have Stefon Diggs crying about getting the football, because you're going to have to spread the ball out to everybody. The tight end is going to get the ball. Dalton Schultz is going to get the ball. Joe Mixon is going to get the ball. Tank Dell is going to get the ball. Nico Collins is going to get the ball. So as long as Stefon Diggs plays within the system and plays within what they're trying to build in Texans, I think that the Texans will be fine. The biggest thing is, will he buy in from day one? I know that he's been traded over to the Houston Texans, but you have to get him to be on one accord with CJ Stroud from day one. From the day that he was traded over today, all the way into the season starts, all the way into the playoffs. If the Houston Texans make the playoff, you need Stefon Diggs to buy in to what you guys are doing. I love what DeMeco DeMeco Ryans is doing with the team. I think, and this is what I think about DeMeco Ryans. I think that DeMeco Ryans can be the next Mike Tomlin in Houston. I definitely think that if this team continues to win and they can continue to be competitive, that I think that DeMeco Ryans could be the next Mike Tomlin. I really think that. And I've been thinking it all today, like, man, they're building a juggernaut over here, and DeMeco Ryans has an opportunity to be the next Mike Tomlin in Houston. Even though he's going to be the next DeMeco Ryans, but you know what I mean when I'm saying Mike Tomlin. The success that Mike Tomlin has had with the Steelers is phenomenal. I think like 17 years of winning, man, that is crazy. That's unheard of, man. That doesn't happen that often. But but this team really loves DeMeco Ryans. This team is built around what DeMeco Ryans really wants for this team. Having a franchise young quarterback. You have your quarterback. Now you got the veterans to come into the locker room and to be a voice in the locker room. Stefon Diggs has been in the playoffs for several seasons, never getting to the Super Bowl, but being in the playoffs and getting that experience. Joe Mixon been in the playoffs and been to the Super Bowl. Danielle Hunter got that experience as well, been in the playoffs. You're getting guys that know what it takes. So basically, it's going to take these guys to gel this season. If they want to win a Super Bowl next year, they're going to have to gel from day one. And everything is going to have to click. Barring no injuries to any of the top names on the team or any of the good players on the team, I think that this team could go all the way. I love what the Houston Texans are doing in 2024 and the way that they're building this team around their star quarterback, C.J. Stroud. The GM is really doing his job. This is what it's all about being a GM. It's being able to go out there, see what the weaknesses are on the team, and go and attack it. And that's what he did. Because pretty much everybody was thinking that in the draft, we're going to draft a wide receiver. But no, we got something even better. We're going to get a veteran that's one of the best wide receivers in the game, and Stefon Diggs. So now you got Stefon Diggs, who knows the game, is a veteran, is going to give you 110 out on the field. Hopefully he's not complaining about not getting the ball, but he's going to have to buy in from day one. But you got a good veteran. And then you got Nico Collins, who is emerging as a young wide receiver in the league that's starting to come into his own. And then you got rookie Tank Dell, who will now be in his second season and be looking the ball out. Tank Dell is going to be the X factor on this team because he's going to benefit a lot from Stefon Diggs, probably getting double covered sometimes, and Nico Collins. Tank Dell is going to be the X factor to this team. But the Houston Texans are building a juggernaut. You see everything that they're doing. You see how they're building it. And now the only thing left to do is to go into the draft, maybe get you a defensive tackle, maybe get you another corner, and fill that defense out. Get that secondary better. Go get you a safety. Go get you a linebacker. Go get you a corner. Build this defense correctly through the defense. And even if you have to go out and get another offensive lineman, you go out there and get that offensive lineman. You need that offensive line to be top notch in order for C.J. Stroud to win an MVP. C.J. Stroud wins the MVP next season. It's going to be crazy. Houston Texans are building a juggernaut, and they building it right before our very eyes. A lot of teams are watching what the Houston Texans are doing. And you bet your bottom dollar, it's going to be a lot of teams trying to come for the Houston Texans because of what they're building. But if these guys gel and they buy into what DeMeco Ryans is doing, then this team is going to be fine. and they're going to be one of the best teams in the NFL next season, and they could possibly walk away with the Lombardi. Leave it in the comment section. If you're a Houston Texans fan, what do you think Houston's going to do in 2024? Peace.
We passing time, it's passing fast. It's lasting long cause our passion lasts. The test of time, it presses back. We staying strong, we never crack. America's favorite pastime. Remember the last time that you and I just grabbed some mics, related while we passed rhymes, back and forth in the cypher late at night. Those were my favorite times. It made my night so many times, exchanging lines and digging deep into our minds. It was the philosophy of life that gave us drive. Order to survive, we had to rap to stay alive. I do not live a lie, this is my truth. It's what I do not try. Ain't no trying to do, it's what my homie told me. Now we fly, flying higher than we ever flied. We watching passers-by, flapping gums instead of flapping wings. So that's just how I glide. Master of the ceremony, my pheromones I share with pride. Share the stage with comrades that are radder than the average guy. Never was the latter, we some surfers riding high tide. Skaters skating on the steps of City Hall while getting high. Anything to pass the time, expression is my number one. Rapping, making beats and smoking weed, playing in the sun. We passing time.